Hi, this is Mark with TBI Garage, and so the next video that you're going to watch is something that I recorded a while ago, and I did these with a few videos, so this is I did this before I had this idea, so yeah, these first few videos are kind of going to be like this, where they might not seem like it, but they're me working on my cars and stuff, but like before I had the idea to do this, so don't be too hard on me. Alright, hello Finn. We're working on our 2008 Mustang tonight. So what we got is the shock right here. Now this shock hasn't been replaced since this car was bought brand new. And me and your mother bought this car in late of March of 2008. So that hasn't been changed since then. And everything's kind of been a little rough with it. So I got some new shocks for it. So back here on the back side, there's a 15 mil nut, and this right here looks like a bolt. But the thing about it is that's not a bolt. It's actually like there's this little clamp right here, and it goes in between these two pieces right here to tighten it up. So this right here doesn't need a wrench or anything on it. So this is on here pretty tight. So I got my little bar, and I'd put just a little bit of WD-40 on here, but this will give me a little bit more leverage, and hopefully in a second I can turn this by hand. Not quite yet. So, and the bad part about it is I really can't use I do have an electric impact wrench, but the problem is well, Finn, you're 4 right now, and so if I start using an impact wrench, it's going to wake you up. So I'll just do it like this, the fun old way, right? Ah, there we go. So you can see the little tab just came loose down here, and the shock is all moving. Let me actually get in here. Oh, the wrench slipped. So this is one of those, in theory, it should only take a couple minutes to do this job. And then also, I'm showing from the car already jacked up, and it's on jack stands right now. Because, quite honestly, if I haven't taught you how to do that at a particular time when you get a little bit older, then I have kind of failed you for doing stuff like this. So our bolt is coming loose on the back side back here. In a second this is going to fall off. And I know the bump stop up here has been taking a beating, and I'm going to have to change that out at some time. Okay. So, like I said, here's a little nut. It's actually welded to this piece, so there's no need to have a wrench on it. Like I said, it goes right in there. I'm gonna leave this in here for a second, because now we got to go up to the trunk, and there's another, I believe it's another 15 mil up there that we have to take out. So I will just reposition everything and we'll go through this again. Alright, let's see if I've gotten any better at any of this. Probably not, but here we go. So I'm going to move the light a little bit. Move this just a tad bit right there. So behind this piece is the bolt for, oh, out of whack. So right here, this is the bolt that we're looking for. I think it's a 15 mil. Let's find out. Yep. So I hope this thing ain't twisted. Let me try to look down here and see real quick. Oh God, I can't reach both of them. So I'll just Give me a minute. I think I'm going to put a pair of vice grips down here, because I think this is spinning. So give me just a second. Well, that was fun. I was recording this for other people. I was trying to make myself like a YouTube star, so now I just recorded what I did because I climbed all the way in here. Had like 1 foot over here, 1 foot over there. My shoulder was up here to try to break that loose. So up top there's a little notch. I got this crescent wrench on here. I got a 15 mil ratchet wrench. And there's also a vice grip down below. And I think between all that, something just went down there. Hey. So between all that, I finally got it to break free. And this is why always when you're like, oh, I'm just going to be like 15, 20 minutes. And then you're here for the rest of your life. Alright, so let's just take all this back down here again. See my lovely lighting right here, just a little desk lamp. Let's try to get everything situated all nice and neatly here again. Okay, so we have the top off, we have that off. So in theory, as long as I move this bolt right here, and I'm doing this way the hard way, and then there it came. Oh yeah, did you just hear that? It just went psst. This thing was shot. Oh yeah, it was time for that bad boy to come out of there. Okay, so I got the little rubber grommet. It might be hard to see, but I'll try to get this a little bit better. So give me just a second. So this hole right here, where my finger just went in, that's where this little rubber grommet goes. Oh, and I just shot it over here. So what I'm going to do to help that out a little bit, I got my grease gun here. I'm going to give this just a couple pumps of grease, or a little bit like on the outside and on the inside of it to just, you can kind of see here, getting there with a little grease, and it's just looking to help it go a little bit easier. So I don't really have to put that in there just yet, because what I need to do is take my shock here, and I need to put this little metal washer on with the cone side facing up. That goes in there, and this all goes up in here. And maybe if I push this just enough right now. Let me try putting the bolt back through here. Oh, coming at this at a bad angle. Give me just a second. Oh, I'm horrible at this. It's all over my hand. I can't change the camera angle. Alright. Maybe that right there will work. So what I'm going to try to do is push the shock bottom up enough. Kind of like a reverse of what I did before. Enough so I can get the bolt in here. Haha. Almost. There we go. So I got the bottom bolt in enough right now. So what I'm going to do before I put all this together too is I'm going to get a little bit of the Turn the World Silver paste and put on here. Might put a little bit up there too. That way, if I'm the guy who has to do this again later, I can get this stuff off. Alright. So, in just a minute. Well, I probably should have did it like this the first time, but I wasn't smart enough to think about that. But I was just thinking that this is going to be a bad idea regardless of what I do. So, let's just get this started. Like I said, here's where this is probably going to be a bad idea, because I got this nice little mat back here that's got a pony on it and all this stuff like that. And once you open the bottle of this stuff, it escapes everywhere. I mean, look at my hand. I just barely put a little bit of that on there. Alright. Where did my nut go? Okay. So, the rubber gasket, the spacer, and the nut. So you'll see that this side has the little nylon part that goes up. Hopefully this doesn't fight me the way that the other one did. But the one thing I did check before I started was the factory bolt is a 15 millimeter, and this one's an 18. So that's something to kind of be aware of as you're doing this stuff. It can change. This is where it'd be nice to have the ability to use nice ratchet wrenches, stuff like that. Oh joy, it's twisting. So let me get an 18 mil wrench real quick, if I can find one. So let's try this whole debacle all over again. Okay, that should be tightening. Yep. So maybe you saw the little nut spinning right there. Joy, this is going to be fun. There we go. That light is getting in my way. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I couldn't have made this stuff easier. And here I am, knocking the camera all around. it's still turning. Yep. Oh, get on there, come on. Oh, I think I finally got it. Yeah. Whew. All right. So the last step for this part, oh, that looks ugly, just like me. Throw our tools down there because we'll need to go back down there. I got crap all over my hand. So the last step is to kind of just, oh, and I'm not even showing. Take the liner, just kind of toss it back in there like that. And that part is now done. This is what I was saying about the nice little mat with the pony logo. It's dirty right now like the whole car. And then I got one for up here too, which this one was so much fun to put on when I did it way back in the long ago. You have all these little push pins, and so you actually have to drill into the trunk lid to get this. Well, it said to do it one way, to like put it up there and mark all the holes, and yeah, that didn't work right. And luckily for this, I thought about it, and I was like, you know, it'd be so easy for this to just punch right through the top of the deck lid back here. So I was like, what can I do? So I went to Home Depot and looked through all the stuff that they have, and they had a couple little things that were just big enough to go on my drill bit, which gave me just enough room to drill the hole that I needed without punching through. Luckily I did that, because there would have been a couple of times that it would have punched through, and another guy put one on his and he almost punched through with his. So I think I'll just keep using this camera and not set this one back up. I think I can get everything I need with this one. Maybe. So I need it. Okay, got that done. So luckily for down here, nothing has changed as far as the bolt that we used to put in or anything like that. So that's going to be the 15 mil again. There it is. Like I said, I just want to put a little bit of anti-seize down here on this. And that's more for if I ever have to do this again. It would be nice for it not to be. Well, living in Georgia, luckily, don't have to worry too much about rust. So that's one good thing. Get my socket changed down. There we go, that's good. Get our little nut thing here. I guess the biggest thing, I've never done this before on this car, but I guess the biggest thing to worry about is to make sure that you just have the little wing here and the little notch here as you're tightening it up, because like I said, what looks like a nut on this back side isn't actually a nut. Well, it's a nut, but you don't have to use anything because of the way that this little clip is. Oh, that almost hit me in the face. $18 million turns later. You can see it's tightening up. I know there's probably a torque for this. I don't know what it is. So that was an old tanker. So I'm going to do what a tanker would do and just grab our bar and give it a little. That looks good. And pretty much that is it for changing the shocks. I still got the other side to do, but there's no need to videotape me struggling through that again now, is there? So, the next thing for this car right here is I'm going to change the front shocks and lower control arm and a bunch of other stuff. I got in this nice little kit from Detroit Axle. I think all this was around 400 bucks. Which would I love to put like coilovers and all this other stuff on this car? Yeah, but you know, there's not enough blood in my body to pay for that. So, I guess that's it for this one. And I'll try to get the other one soon. I'm waiting for a tool to loosen the ball joint and all that stuff for the fun. So, before I did this, we were talking tonight at dinner, and you stepped on something in your foot. You got this nasty hole in it, and you can't really do nothing. And so I said, well, you want to come out and work on the Mustang with me? And you said you couldn't. And I was like, yeah, you can. He's like, well, I can just sit. And I was like, Finn, well, I'm just going to be sitting and laying around doing this. You can help me. But it ended up getting too late for that, so you just went to bed. But hopefully soon, me and you will be out here doing this stuff together. So, until next time, until I start working on it again, just like always, I want you to know that I love you, Finn. And